Hello for everyone and welcome to Wine Podcast. I decided to change a little bit my action and right now we describe this is Wine Podcast only English because people ask me about what has happened in sommelier association in Uzbekistan. We will have association or not, which wine we produce here, or maybe we have interesting local wine, local grape varieties, maybe interesting wine producers, and I think it's really interesting for you, my dear guest. First of all, I would like to say you about sommelier. Because it's really interesting and new professional if we talk about Uzbekistan era. First of all, you need to understand that we don't have a lot of professional in this place. I think that right now we have near 20 people who really love wine business and sometimes they understand what it means to be a sommelier, sometimes no. What that means? If we talk about 20%, maybe fifths of them have a really good education. Some of them have wine spirit education trust level, some of them court of master sommelier, and other guys have other wine schools which they graduated during last 5 years, but not in Uzbekistan, other countries, some of the Kazakhstan and some one of the Russian Federation. Right now in Uzbekistan we will have only 5 restaurants where work sommelier. Of course, it's not all of the day. Sometimes they start to work after 5 p.m. and it's normal because people prefer to drink wine not during all of the day. Sometimes for dinner maybe it will be better for them or for something special holidays. Of course, we will have here in Uzbekistan too. If we talk about sommelier, what they are doing during all of this day is usually they work in other wine company. It means during day period they work as a training manager, maybe the ambassador or other activities, and work of course with staff. In the night period, they start to work in different restaurants and work as usual as a sommelier. In Uzbekistan, we have small groups. As usual, it's near 25 people, and we start together different wine education. It means we like to have a blind tasting during months because it's really important if you would like it to have a interesting experience and taste, of course, new wine. If we talk about other activities, of course, we will have. In last years, we had the first sommelier competition in August. It was really amazing for us because we collect a lot of different guys who would like it to start right now a new professional. It means sometimes some days ago it was about bartender, but right now they start a new professional as a sommelier. It's really important if we talk about how we improved our countries and how we improved education here in Uzbekistan. If you would like it to ask me, it's difficult to work as a sommelier in restaurants or not? Of course, if we talk about our guests, it's really difficult because people don't understand who is a sommelier, what he do in restaurants, and why we need to discuss with them about wine. If we think about really amazing restaurants, so it's not about 5 stars Michelin, but it's more high level as usual. Of course, important guests would like it to drink good wine, and sommelier sometimes discuss about which wine, which food, and recommended something interesting. As usual, sommelier prepared wine cards and he need to understand which wine we will have in his storage or not, and to prepare it good wine producers for his restaurants and prepare it good food pairing. Sometimes if we talk about bigger sales. During last 2 years, sommelier organized different wine tasting different dinner, and it's really help for us to promotions sommelier professional in Uzbekistan, and of course people start to understand what it means sommelier and why they need to listen him if we talk about good food pairing. But it's right now a little bit difficult, but step by step I think we're developing our guests, and of course we're developing our mind for our guests. So what's really interesting we have in Uzbekistan? First of all, if we talk about brands which we have right now in our country, it's not too much. But during last 6 years, of course, step by step we're developing. We would like it to start work with really interesting and small vineyards and other winemakers. Why not? We start to work with recantative, talk about champagne, and step by step I think we can work with biodynamic wine and other interesting and small winemakers, because we need to explain what it means to be in wine industry and how to be in trend. It means so yes, of course it's Muslims country, but people, a lot of people drink wine here too. If you would like it to ask me about which wine people drink in a restaurant as usual, it's not interesting sometimes, but right now we have a big trend. If you talk about white wine, of course it's Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. It's a big trend here, and of course people start to drink Riesling. Prosecco time, I think it's really amazing here, but step by step we're developing our guests, and we start to drink Cava, Cremant, and other sparkling varieties. But we don't have right now a good sparkling varieties from South Africa or maybe from Australia. I think step by step in the future we will have this is wine in our country, but right now we don't have. We don't have a lot of different appellation and other things which really we need to have here. What it means? So we don't have amazing Vouvray or Chenin Blanc, or maybe Chenin Blanc from South Africa. No, we don't have. But our guests are not too interested in these grape varieties or style. But of course, step by step, we're developing them, and we think that we will have something interesting and really popular in our wine list and in our country too. If you talk about red wine, as usual, it's a popular style, something from South Italy, different wines from Puglia. Okay, Primitivo, it's really amazing grape varieties. Sometimes, of course, it's Zinfandel because it's really interesting for them. And of course, Super Tuscany, people love it too. I mean, Sassicaia, Arnalaya, people love it. And yeah, of course, talk about price, it's a little bit higher than as usual, but why not? If people would like it to drink Sassicaia with good steak, we think that it's a good idea. So, thank you for your time. I hope it will be a little bit interesting for you to explain something different about wine industry in Uzbekistan, and I think that in our next video I explain which grape varieties we will have here, which winemakers and what they created here. So it's really interesting to explain what it's possible to create it, what has happened in wine industry in Uzbekistan, how we are developing, what we are created here, because it's not a wine country, but we will have really interesting grape varieties and wineries. So thanks for your time. Have a good day.